Today we're going to be riding along the Lune Valley. This is part 1, and I think it's going to run to 4 parts because it's quite a long ride. So I hope you can make it for the 4 parts. If not, at least you can see part 1. We're starting at Kirkby Lonsdale and we'll be passing over the Lune at what's called Devil's Bridge. And it's just over on our left and right as we pass over. There we are, Devil's Bridge. We go past this junction, which would take us to Sedbergh. Were we to take it, we have been along that, but we're going straight on and we're going to take a turning off to the right. This is the road which would lead us to Skipton, were we to continue this way. Here's our junction, and motorcyclists have just come over it. Now we're just passing out of Cumbria and into the Red Rose County, Lancashire. We have ridden this, but in the reverse direction. That's on a previous video. And we're doing this ride because the views are spectacular along here, and we'll be taking it at a leisurely pace. And we're also doing this ride because my very good friend Heather used to live at Caton, which is towards the end of the ride, in Oak Tree House, and she said, could I do it in the reverse direction so I can see my house that I used to live in? Certainly, I said. Why not? Give me a good day, and here it is. Beautiful morning. Just coming up to 8 o'clock. Been riding now for about 3/4 of an hour to get here, I suppose, to an hour, around about that. So, starting to get a bit stiff. I'm going to have to pull in a moment and just have a stomp around. It's an age thing. It was quite blustery when I set off, but fortunately, this looks like a likely spot. Let's stop there for a moment. Oh, we've had enough. Right, off we go. Yes, it was quite blustery, and I wasn't sure about coming out for a ride, but once you get the wind behind you, it's not so bad. And actually, riding this way, not only is the wind behind me, but so is the sun. And that's much nicer. Now the first village we're going to come to is called Burrow. There are 2 burrows. There's the Over Burrow and Nether Burrow. And Over Burrow in this case seems to be the smaller of the 2, and that's over on the path going this way, is over on the left hand side. And a bit further down is Nether Burrow, which seems to be larger. There we are, Burrow. I was quite surprised at that Nether Burrow was the smaller of the 2, but it's obviously grown up since it got its name. And then the village itself is just a bit further down. This, for those interested in road numbers, is the A683. Just coming into Burrow now. And on the Ordnance Survey map, this part is red, which means it's an A road, and later on when it reaches Melling Way, it then becomes a green road, truck road. This is all the Lune Valley. The River Lune is over on our right hand side, of course. Passing out of the village of Burrow now. The next village we come to is Tunstall. Very attractive little village, you may remember from a visit before. Which is over heading towards Sunshine. This time of the morning on a Sunday it's a bit quiet. During the week this is a very busy road. Very heavy lorries on it. Carrying a lot of traffic. Yeah, Tunstall. Slowly through the village. Nice viewers. Just outside the village, according to the map, is a castle. It's Thurland Castle. It's supposed to have a moat. I know absolutely nothing about Thurland Castle. Didn't know it existed until I looked on this map after the ride. I'm fairly sure it's over the other side of that wall. And there's a little road leading up to it. Over in there somewhere is a castle. Just up there is the wood, I think. Now we're just coming up to the turning, which were we to go straight on, we'd go to Halls eventually. Take a right and go onto that green road, and the road itself looks very similar, still just black tar. Over the River Greta. I'm told to go at 15 miles an hour. That's a challenge. Melling. Just before we reach Melling, don't know if you remember from the previous ride, but there's a railway bridge. And that's the railway which runs from Carnforth across to eventually to Leeds. So just on the left is Wennington, with her station. And at one time, trains used to run from Leeds across, and there was at Wennington, there was in fact a branch which took you off through Hornby, and that's now become a cycleway, which I actually cycled just a few days ago. A beautiful day. And that part of it used to be called the Green Air Line. That's AYRE, I think I mentioned that before too. Just up ahead is that bridge. Wellington Road to the left. If memory serves, there's about 4 trains a day, and there used to be the Pacer diesels used to ply that route. Very uncomfortable trains based on a Leyland bus design. Awful things. Join me if you can on the next part of the ride, which will take us from Melling to Hornby. Hope to see you soon.